Hey mama, if you are feeling overwhelmed about homeschooling kindergarten because you're worried you're going to mess it up or you're worried that others are not going to understand, just take a deep breath. You don't need a perfect curriculum and you don't need a homeschool space that looks just like Pinterest. What your child needs most is you. The love, the time, the commitment you already have. And today I'm going to share with you 10 simple keys to homeschooling kindergarten that will take the pressure off and remind you that you are absolutely capable of doing this. I'm Erin, and I've spent more than 14 years teaching little learners in public school, private school, homeschool co-ops, and of course my own little children. And I know what it feels like to wonder if you're doing enough or if you're doing it right or if what you're doing is really working. But after years of experience and countless sweet moments, I have learned that what truly matters in all those early years, and I'm going to share those keys with you today. Key number one is keep it simple. Kindergarten does not have to be complicated. Focus on the basics like letters, numbers, and following directions. That's a biggie right there. Help them learn about the world that they live in. Answer all of their questions. Follow their lead, their curiosity. Show them how things work. Talk to them, play with them, engage with them, but don't make it complicated. Key number two is to prioritize read-alouds. My children love to read because I love reading to them, and reading is such a fun time for our family. Whether we're cuddled up on the couch or whether we're listening to an audiobook in the car or whether we're sprawled out on the picnic blanket out on the deck, we enjoy reading together. We love looking at the pictures. We love closing our eyes and imagining the scene in our head. We love the silly stories, the alphabet stories, books about trains and elephants and people that lived long ago. All kinds of things like that. So find what your children enjoy. Let them pick out their own topics and read to them. Enjoy reading with them. Let reading be an enjoyable thing. This is going to build vocabulary. This is going to develop their imagination. And this is going to build that love of learning and that love of reading. Key number three is make play a priority. I know it seems wrong because you're supposed to sit them down at a desk, at a table, and give them a book and make them do this stuff that looks like school. But I'm promising you that they are learning when they are playing. They are. I've seen it with my own children. I've seen it with classroom children. Play is how young people learn the best. When they're moving, when they're creating, when they're exploring. Whether it's blocks or puzzles or board games, whether it's dress up or dolls or action figures, whether it's running around the yard, they are learning, I promise you. So make play a priority. And you can use that play to teach them things. You can teach them letters and numbers and patterns and shapes and colors and all kinds of other things when you play with them, when you engage with them. But make play a priority. Key number four is use the outdoors as a classroom. As you can tell, I love being outside, and my children love to be outside as well. We go on nature walks. We jump in puddles. We're out exploring the creek. We're collecting bugs. We're taking pictures and uploading them to the Seek app to see what kind of plant is this? Is this thing edible? What bug is this? All things like that. This covers so much PE and science just being outside. Your kids are going to learn so much and they're going to have fun doing it. Key number five is to keep lessons short. So I love that my children are up and moving and playing and they're outside and we're reading aloud, but there comes a time when we need to teach them how to sit at the table, and that is part of school as well. And so whether it's something they're doing in a workbook or a worksheet or flashcards or whatever it is that you choose to do, when it is time to sit at the table, keep those lessons short. Their attention spans are so short at this age. Make sure you do 10, 15 minutes at a time. Follow their natural rhythm. Allow them to get up and move when they need to. Allow them to have a snack or a drink of water as you're teaching, as they're working. But don't make them sit for a long time because their bodies just are not able to do that, and their little minds have a hard time focusing for that long. So it is totally okay to do a little bit of table work, get up and move around and come back, but don't keep them at the table for a long time. Keep those lessons short and sweet, and I promise it'll pay off. Key number six is to create a routine. Now, notice I didn't say rigid schedule, but you want to create a flexible rhythm to your day that brings comfort and consistency, where they know first we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this. So after breakfast, we're going to go outside and we're going to run around a little bit, and then we're going to come sit at the table for a few minutes, and then we get up and get a snack, and then we have a few more minutes at the table, and then we have free play, or we have a hands-on activity, or we do a science experiment. And there's a rhythm to that that helps the children know what's coming next, and it helps them because they know what to expect. They can cooperate with that better. They're going to have better behavior. They're going to have something to look forward to, even though there's something that they may not like as much in that pattern. And it's going to help you to get through your day. Key number 7 is focus on life skills. Life skills are so important to our kindergartners because they are growing, they are developing their own sense of independence, and it's time to teach them those important things like flushing the toilet, washing their hands, maybe spreading peanut butter and jelly on their own piece of bread. Maybe you're willing to let them start pouring juice. Maybe they're able to fill up their own water cup. Whatever it is, start to teach them those life skills. Cleaning up, gardening, helping with the groceries. What can they do? What can they do at their level? And you can empower them and you can teach them these life lessons. Key number 8 is teach through conversations. Little ones are always talking, and they're always asking questions, and they're always making observations about things. Use that to your advantage. These everyday chats are very critical for teaching thinking and vocabulary and connecting with your child. And this is such an important thing that you can do so easily. Just as you're walking along, those little sponges, they're going to pick things up, whether you're in the grocery store, the backyard, or you're in your own kitchen. You talk with your children as you're reading, as you're playing, as you're shopping, and they're going to learn all sorts of things through that. Key number 9 is build faith and character. So in kindergarten, a very important social studies skill is social skills. Teaching your children how to interact, how to treat other people, taking responsibility for their actions, being part of the family and doing their share of chores, or helping with a younger sibling, putting away their toys. Teaching kindness, obedience, honesty, and even your faith. Weaving all of that into your natural everyday life is social studies, and it is an important part of kindergarten. Key number 10 is remember, relationship first. The connection that you have with your child, the love, the joy, the peace that they feel, the fun that they have with you and around you, the way that they trust you and that they feel comfortable with you, that is the foundation for all of the other learning that you're going to do. I remember back to my school days, the teachers that I loved the most were the teachers that were warm, friendly, caring, kind, patient. Those teachers, I learned the most in their class. I made A's in their classes because I felt good about me. I felt safe in that room. I was able to take risks. I knew I can make a mistake and it wasn't going to ruin my day or my life or my reputation with that teacher. I felt safe in those particular settings, and that's when I learned the most. And so when you put your relationship with your child first in this, building that rapport with them, and showing them that you love them, encouraging them, showing them that you're their biggest fan, even if something is difficult, even if something is challenging, even when they misbehave, that you're still there for them and you still love them, even if you've got to discipline them, even if you've got to go back and do it again, erase that page and try again, whatever it is, show them that you're on their side, you're on their team. They are going to continue to work hard and do what they need to do in all of the things in kindergarten. If you want more support on your kindergarten journey, I've got 2 ways to help you. First is my Keys to Kindergarten weekly emails. 1 practical tip to your inbox every week to make teaching easy and fun. And if you want the full roadmap with everything laid out for you, check out my online course, Homeschool Kindergarten with Confidence. It's packed with practical steps and easy to use tips for teaching reading, math, science, and social studies so you can teach your child at home without expensive curriculum or overwhelm. Don't wait. Click on the link below to get started today. Happy homeschooling!